YouTube world, back at it once again. Instant Classic 8. Um, I guess I should do an intro. I just recorded a whole other video that I was gonna put up tonight, but I thought of something else I'd rather put up at least right now. And that other video I'm still going to put out probably the next day or so. But I wanted to get this one out first, so you're gonna hear me do an intro in that one, which is gonna sound weird because this one's coming out first. Which is also weird because I haven't done a video in a long time and I haven't been on camera for a long time. So you'll hear me explain all that stuff later. But what up? I'm here. This was a hastily made video. I made this one immediately after I made the one that you will see later. You see a different change of shirt. It's the same day. I just want to make it look like it was a different day or something like that. But again, this was hastily made, kind of based off of my next video. I should say last, my next video. And this is randomly my top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and some change, I guess you could say. 9 and some change top DVDs, wrestling DVDs that I still own. I've gotten rid of majority of my stuff. With me, I'm not a hoarder. I don't like keeping hold of stuff I don't need. I stayed in my last place for years and years and years. I've been in that place forever, and I moved a while back. Last year, 2019, and when I moved, I threw everything out. Everything I don't need, I threw it away. My DVDs have long been gone. They were sitting on the shelf, just sitting there forever, looking stupid. Especially when I have the network, when everything is right there that I can look at. Like, I don't need to get up and put in DVDs or this and that. So for the most part, I got rid of the majority of my stuff, especially the event stuff. I got rid of that. My ROH stuff, my TNT stuff, I pretty much still have because you can't really sell that stuff. You can give it away, but you can't really sell it. And even then, they have their own network now, so it's not a big deal. But I want to go over at least the stuff that I have. I have way more than this. Again, I have like PWG and TNA and all the stuff on here. But at least for me, this is, again, the nine or so top DVDs that I still own. I'm not going in any specific order. I'm just going to tell you what I have on here. The very first one I have on here is Super Card of Honor. This is from Ring of Honor in 2006. This was WrestleMania weekend in Chicago. This was the first time that, at least that I can recall, I don't know, it could be before that, but the first time that the WrestleMania show was piggybacked off of an indie show, and not really piggyback because they were based in Chicago, so they were all, not based, but they, like, one of their home bases was in Chicago, so they were always there. So it's not like they were really piggybacking off of them. They just kind of held it on that weekend. But a lot of awesome stuff on here specifically, and this took me years to watch. I thank my friend Chase for putting this on there. There is this match right here. This Dragon Gate, what does it say? Dragon Gate Grudge match. Blood Generation versus Do Fixer. This match is incredible. It absolutely changed how I look about multi-man matches, how I look at, like, your cruisers or your juniors, just what they were able to do in that ring just absolutely blew my mind. Again, in 2006, I think I didn't see this match probably until like 2008, but it absolutely blew my mind. It's one of the greatest matches I've ever seen in my life. So because of that, this is one of the best DVDs I still own. Another ROH DVD, this is kind of going, there is September 2009. This was Glory by Honor 8, the final countdown. This was the last Ring of Honor show for both Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. So this is their final match they had on here. This card is insane. You had the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks. You had Wolves versus Steen and Generico in the second only ladder war. A lot of really good stuff on here. This was an exciting show. I got this. There was a snowstorm going on in that time period. I got this the day of the very first Ring of Honor internet pay-per-view, which was Final Battle 2009. And I watched this and that in one sitting. It was a long-ass day, but this show was awesome. Double disc? Yeah, double disc. This was a really cool show. I have this for a little WWE. I do not have a case for it. This is a Lucy. I have a place where I put it at on there, but this is the third disc to the WrestleMania 20 DVD. The other two are gone. I got rid of them. I'm pretty sure I sold them. obviously, we have 20, or WrestleMania 20 on the network. But the main thing is I kept this specifically for the special that they have on here. I'm pretty sure it's called Mania of Mania or Mania Before Mania, whatever. But it's Jesse Ventura. He's highlighting what happened at the previous WrestleMania, WrestleMania 19. And obviously, if you know the story of WrestleMania 19, like everybody almost died on that show. There was so much weirdness, and it was just insane. Just to see the documentary, I wanted to keep that for sure, so I still have that. So that's that. I also have, for WWE, make sure nothing falls out. This is really one of the only WWE DVDs I've kept on here. And this was honestly one of the very first that I purchased for my collection. Before, I just had DVDs. I didn't really consider it a collection, but when I wanted to start building my collection, this was like the first one that I really wanted. I remember reading about the stuff, the ladder match is what it's called. I think this is one of the best compilations they've ever done. Again, obviously all of this stuff is on the network, but just the fact that the interviews that you had on here, again, this was 3-disc. At that point in time, they didn't have the network, so I mean, you can obviously torrent the stuff, but the fact that I was able to, all the different matches that they have on here, I feel like I want to put this in now, honestly, just to go over stuff. But again, this was one of the best compilations that WWE has ever done, in my opinion. So yeah, I just kept this. Again, everything is on the network, but just the fact that this was a great compilation, I went ahead and kept that. A couple other, actually, let's not go to Ring of Honor. I'll come back to that. Here's one bonus DVD. This is the Wrestling Road Diaries. This was the very first one. Colt Cabana, Sal Rinauro, Bryan Danielson. One of my favorite documentaries. I mean, if you've never seen this, it's just so enjoyable. It's a little long, but honestly, I don't mind that. This was going over, basically just going over how the wrestlers live on the road, traveling from town to town. This was also leading up to Daniel Bryan leaving Ring of Honor to go to WWE. So this was really awesome. I feel like I want to watch this because I haven't seen this in years and years and years. Colt, I got one of the first ones, so he put the autograph on there, which is really cool. I got the second one, or I had the second one. I got that autographed as well. I got that autograph down in New Orleans, I'm pretty sure. I didn't really care for that Wrestling Road Diaries too much, so I gave that one away. Shout out to Mike. I gave it to him. And then the third one, I've never seen on there. But this first one here is very good. I want to say he might have taken it down on Colt, but he put this up on YouTube for free. So I would search that because I'm pretty sure it's up on there, and definitely check that out if you've never seen it before. This is Dragon Gate USA. The one thing I loved about Dragon Gate USA, Dragon Gate and then down the road, PWG was really good about it, was just the packaging of their DVDs. I can tell you right now, this used to suck. Look at Ring of Honor, what they used to be like. These discs are so ugly. I mean, obviously the screen is 2 discs right there. I didn't even know, kind of stuck together. These discs are so ugly, in my opinion. I never liked these, and then just how they were in this casing, it's so gross, man. I don't know. Down the road, they came out with this, standard thing on there, but those other ones were not good. Either way, I've always commended Dragon Gate for having really, really good DVD covers. The spines are really nice. I got more in the closet somewhere. I got a bunch of them, but this one in particular, Enter the Dragon 2010. This was in the ECW arena. I was at this show. It was the first time I went to the ECW arena and got to experience it. So that was a tremendous. This was Daniel Bryan's return to the Indies after being fired from WWE for choking out Justin Roberts. This show was a lot of fun. You had a young Johnny Gargano on this show. I remember there was a 4-way, you see it right there. It was Ricochet, and you saw Adam Cole, and you saw Chuck Taylor on the show. Rich Swann was on the show. Moxley was on the show. Everybody you could think of was on here, but the main thing was that main event, which was Shingo, Takagi, and Bryan Danielson. One of the best matches I've ever seen in person. I love this show. Very, very good. Another Ring of Honor show. This was Glory by Honor. Again, I can't stand that, but Glory by Honor. Glory by Honor 5, Night 2. A lot of people would say, when they ask what's the best Ring of Honor show, a lot of people point to this. I remember buying the show on eBay for $30, I think, and I think the lowest it goes for right now is like 50 something. Not like crazy amount on there, but still valuable. Like, there's still like a really, really good show. Capped off the main event, Bryan Danielson versus Kenta, an incredible match. Marufuji is on the show against Nigel McGuinness. Again, just one of the best shows, for at least from Ring of Honor, in my opinion. And then, again, if you've never seen it, I would definitely check this out for sure. Now we have one of my favorites. This is a special DVD. I remember getting this one on here. This is TNA Global Impact. This was TNA on New Japan's January 4th show. I think it was called Wrestle Kingdom by this time. I want to say Wrestle Kingdom 2 is the one that this is on. This was a fantastic show. This was just really cool to see a different vibe from TNA at that point in time, because we got all that BS with all the gimmicks and Russo and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they hit us in the head with this, and this felt way more real. This felt way more interesting. And just being able to see, like, the backstage stuff, seeing Kurt Angle being able to cut the promo on, I want to say he cut the promo on Nagata, or I forgot who he cut the promo on, but this was really cool to see. My first time seeing a lot of the faces in New Japan. I knew what New Japan was, but just seeing a lot of faces. Nagata was on here. Prince Devitt, I think this was my first time seeing Finn Balor. You have Toru Yano. This is my first time seeing Toru Yano and Togi Makabe. They faced Team 3D, so it was my first time seeing that. Tonko, I knew Tonko was huge in Japan. This is my first time seeing him in that environment with Giant Bernard. Very, very cool. Again, you get some backstage stuff, seeing AJ and the boys, walking around Japan and everything. Very, very interesting. I don't know if you can still find this, but I love this DVD. I won't get rid of it. And I think this is the last one. Again, these are just really special to me. This is actually not one DVD. This is actually 3 of these. And this is from Ring of Honor. We have Respect is Earned, we have Driven, and we have Man Up. These were their first 3 legitimate pay-per-views. Remember, these were taped. So, like, this pay-per-view happened in May. And I don't think we saw this until June or July. I know for sure Man Up happened in September. We didn't see this thing until November for sure. But these shows were incredible. These are 3 of the shows that changed my perspective when it comes to wrestling. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like particularly this. Like, this show here, like, I remember illegally downloading a torrent to Respect is Earned. And it's my first Ring of Honor show, I think, watching for sure. And I remember enjoying it, not really knowing the names or anything at all, but I remember enjoying it. I watched this by myself and just trying to learn. And you can go back and look at my older videos trying to talk about Ring of Honor. I don't really know what I'm talking about on there. But again, this was really cool to see. I'm super open to learning about new stuff and watching new things. And the fact that I got to see that was very cool. And then this for sure, this particular match, this is the first time I saw Dragon and Nigel McGuinness. This is the first time I got to see them wrestle. And it absolutely blew my mind. It changed me for sure. When people ask me my Mount Rushmore of wrestling, like Bryan Danielson is in that list because he changed the way I watched wrestling, and this show was a big case of that. This Driven, I believe I bought Driven on, not delay, but I bought a replay because I've heard everyone saying, Driven, this is amazing. It came out Friday. Remember, these came out Friday at like 10 p.m. Eastern time. And I remember people saying, yo, you got to get Driven. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's one of the best shows ever. And I remember buying a replay and really, really enjoying it, especially this match. And then Man Up, I watched this on Skype with a bunch of boys, and we had a ball. This is, ladder match. Steen, Generico versus the Briscoes. One of the craziest matches you ever see. A young Tyler Black. I'm pretty sure this is the show that he, a young Seth Rollins is the show that he debuted on with the Age of the Fall, angle that they had at the end of the show. Just fantastic. So those are the shows I still keep. I probably won't get rid of any of this stuff. Again, I have more. I got a bunch of TNA stuff and Ring of Honor stuff. Again, that probably just doesn't have a lot of value on there. But what am I going to get rid of it for? But all my WWE stuff is pretty much gone. So that's what I have. If you saw something interesting, let me know. Again, I'll come out with some videos pretty soon. That other video that I recorded, you will get that within the next few days or so. But until then, I am Mr. Classic 8. Peace.